Hey guys, Josh here. A few days ago, I got out to the Hydrocut with a group of buddies I've been riding with for quite a while now, but somehow some of them haven't been to the Hydrocut. I've been telling them about how insane this trail network is and how it was backed by such a big riding community and the Waterloo Cycling Club. It just gives them such good experience with building these trails so that you've got a good range for absolutely every style of rider. So we left Dundas at around 9 a.m. and met up with Steve, who lives just around the corner from the Hydrocut, at around 10. And man, I got to tell you, the weather could not have been better. It was 18 degrees, we had bluebird skies and a nice breeze, which is critical because if you want to survive the Hydrocut, one of the very few downsides that it has is that it's located next to a dump, so that breeze just helps to kind of get some of that smell away from you. One of the trails is called Stinky Grill for a very good reason, and the next reason being that it does get pretty buggy in there, so if it's not a breezy day, definitely pack some bug spray because you're going to want that on the pine side. But right now we're starting on the Glasgow side and doing some more of the flowier trails here. The trails here are marked super well. There's always an easy line if you don't think you've worked yourself up to a specific feature yet, and the people you meet on the trail are always happy to stop and chat. So it's a great place to check out if you haven't been there yet, and I'll leave a link down below so you can see the map to the trailhead and check it out.
Whoa. You all right?
So right now I'm following Steve here, and this was actually my
Steve,
first
which
time coming in
trail
from the
is this?
Glasgow side. I'd never been on this section of trail, which I believe is Caitlin's Switchbacks right here. And it was nice to check out some of the trails I don't usually get to see because we normally start on the pine side. So this is all new to me, and it's just good to get something fresh in. And it was good that it was a pretty intermediate, mellow trail to start off with. Again, a couple of the guys hadn't actually been here yet, and starting on the pine side can be a little intimidating since you've got some super punchy climbs and pretty technical riding with some big features like rock drops and that. So this was just a good warm-up, and we had a great time getting straight into the flow.
Oh, Phil's, hold up a sec. And he just needs to do a little catch up here.
Okay, so here we're starting at Stinky Grill, and I can't recommend enough that if you go to the Hydrocut, you have to do Stinky Grill, regardless of the smell next to the dump. It's just probably one of my favorites there because it's super long and one of the flowiest trails that you'll definitely get to do there. There's just really good long descents that you have there, and you can really just pump through that track and not have to work super hard to get some of those good descents. Just so much fun, feels like a roller coaster in so many sections, and you can definitely see why, if you're coming from anywhere over an hour away, these trails are definitely worth it just to get to ride Stinky Grill, Frankenstein, and the Bride if you want those really flowy roller coaster styled trails. Tons of fun.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. This whole trail is like, I think, my favorite. Just so flowy. The which?
You know where there's that like dip and there's kind of a roller on either side of it?
Yeah.
I want to double it so
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like I'll probably get like back
Whoa, that was a little sketch.
Now, when you're riding Stinky Grill, make sure you don't make the mistake that I always tend to make, and I always go left here at this intersection, which basically cuts off half of the trail. The last time I ended up having to wait for Steve for about 15 minutes because he was still doing the full length of Stinky Grill as I had already cut through to the end. I think it cuts out onto either the Bride or Frankenstein. And so, yeah, just make sure you don't miss that.
That was a heavy one. I like riding this first. Normally we're pretty gassed at this point. Yeah. Oh, I almost went off there.
So coming up here on the Stinky Grill, this is a super tight section of trees, which the really wide bars that most trail bikes have don't like it too much, and you can see where they bang off the bark. But this is one of those sections that the cross-country bars definitely help, and you really have to find and thread the needle through those trees. So watch out for that.
a super tight section somewhere up here. Yeah? You just need to align it? Oh, it might just not be totally centered. The rotor. His rotor's rubbing a bit. Once we get out of here, we can check it. Oh, I love that trail.
I love that trail so much more when it's what you start with. Normally I'm gassed and like...
Yeah. Because we always started with the pine side, so like,
Yeah.
after all that technical stuff, right, you're just done.
I think
Never started at the pine side. Never started over there.
it's usually the first to open after rain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we have this way of attracting rain when we ride here.
So Phil's bike's rotor wasn't totally aligned, and we just had to fix that up really quick so he can roll a little bit quicker.
So how are you liking the plus tires?
For certain conditions, I love it.
I guess for Hilton Falls they'd be good, eh? Eyes! Right.
So now we're actually on Frankenstein, and if you look at the trail map of the Hydrocut, you can see that the trails on the Glasgow side are way more spaced apart, and the actual forest is a lot more open, so you can really see ahead on the trail and really pick up some speed, whereas on the Pine side, you'll see there are a lot more switchback climbs and punchier climbs that you're going to have to deal with. So if you're going to start, definitely start on this side, because as you can see so far ahead and really start laying down those turns and have a little more confidence on the trail. So again, this is Frankenstein, and coming onto this bridge is a ton of fun. Make sure you hit the right side and just hit this little jump here and get right back into a bit of a climb.
They're back there somewhere. This is the tight spot up here, I think.
Now, one of the best things about mountain biking and what I love about following people that are better than me is I'm following Tim and Steve in front of me. Steve is originally a downhill racer, and Tim is a guide out of Dundas. He actually guides mountain bike trails, and they're both way better than I am, so they actually tow me into a lot of the features so I know exactly how much speed I need, and just seeing how easily they do it, so it kind of pushes me to go a little out of my comfort zone and try some things. Now, this rock feature I totally would have done, but we were kind of riding ahead and got too close to Tim, so we didn't have the speed to get up. But definitely something I need to try for the next time.
Yeah, it's a nice roller coaster flow. I forgot how good it was, yeah. Oh.
So this quick little section right here, if you keep up your speed, you can gap all of the roots right there. I didn't go quite fast enough. All you need to do is just pop your front wheel over and you can gap all of that, and then the trail ends not long after.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one. I kind of rolled it. Oh, fucking. That third chainring is done. It's just a bash guard now.
Now, when I mentioned earlier that mountain bikers were really keen to talk and just kind of hang out, it's because they build these little hubs right between each of the trails. So when you finish one trail and come out onto the next one, you've got this little kind of congregating area that you can talk to some of the other riders, and you can either let them know if there's some new features, or they can kind of give you a heads up as well.
Yeah, we stopped at the top part of the fence area, had some water, and then after that, it's like the trail's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sweet,
Just a couple
sweet
at
trail.
the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Then fucking switchbacks kill you.
Yeah. This was kind of messed up. That slowed me down quite a bit. For some reason my dropper post just kept dropping prematurely. And then so I tested it for a couple days to make sure it was good for today, and so far so good. I think the cable was just jammed in there.
Oh yeah.
So it just kept triggering it. When's your Squamish trip? Oh, nice. Oh, so good. Yeah, that was scary. I just railed the side of that route. Oh, there she is again. Oh, yeah. Oh, that spot was just unreal. That was the fastest I've ever ridden that. Oh, this is where I died last time. Yeah. I came in too hot to that bridge and just smashed into it.
So like I just said there, the last time I rode this trail, which is the Bride now, we're now on the Bride, which is a black diamond. Watch that bridge because you're going to come in hot around that corner, especially if you're feeling good on the trail, and it is really tight to thread through there. So keep an eye out for it.
Oh, yeah. That third changer kisses everything. I gotta take it off. Oh, I forgot you weren't in the car with us, Steve. I already commented about Kamikaze.
Oh really?
Yeah. how it seems to get me every time.
So here we've just finished the bride and we're now on the bypass, just heading back out onto the Hydrocut, where it takes you out into the opening where you've got the hydro lines running, and it'll actually take you straight up, bit of an uphill through to the other side where you're in the pine side. Gonna leave it here for today. It's already a long video, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and check back next week when I post the second part of this, when you can see the pine side and some good bales, I think.
Can you hold up for me here? Oh, this is where I bit it last time too. Oh, they're here already.
They're going fast.
There we go.
All right, here's the shitty Hydrocut field.
Oh yeah? Bridge!
And big race.
Oh, I saved it! I saved it! I thought I was going OTB.